So we know that once a child is born, you can file for child support to make sure that both parents are contributing equally to the child and raising them. But should parents have to pay child support for an unborn child to cover pregnancy costs? So some people think so that the mom doesn't have to cover it all. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea. Because, you know, my opinion is it's a child before you actually birth, you know, the baby, and there's a dual responsibility with that, you know, to bring life into the world. So I absolutely agree that that partners should be available for that.
Okay.
I agree. 100%. I think that I'm surprised that we don't have that already, quite honestly. So I'm glad that it's finally catching up. I hope it does. I hope it does pass. You know, it takes two to tango, and that baby didn't happen just because of the girl carrying it. So I think that you know, both parties should definitely be involved in the cost. There's a lot of costs too.
It's really expensive.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
Bearing a child, everything's expensive.
Right.
But having a child is a very expensive thing. For all that prenatal care, yeah, the more the merrier. Come on, let's help a person out.
So I'm going to be the contrarian on this one for a couple of reasons. Number one, Maury Povich made an entire living saying, "You are not the father." Okay? So my thing is before the baby is born, you don't know if that's your kid or not, and you're paying child support. I think that's problematic. I think that's one thing that makes it problematic. I think that's two. Do you have to take a pregnancy test? Do you have to prove that you're pregnant? Can I just run down the street and start charging people child support? I think it's very problematic. And then I think Susan makes a point that maybe not everybody believes that a child is a child at conception. And so at what point should you be able to file for child support? So I think there are so many issues here. It'll be really interesting to see what happens. But I think Maury will have a whole new part of his show. You do not have to pay the child support. You know, that'll be.
Well, I'll add a little bit since we've got a little bit of
you got 13 seconds. Go.
I used to volunteer for an organization called Adopt Help, and I would take the birth mothers to different places and get groceries and things like that. And the people that were adopting the baby who the mom was still pregnant with, they covered the mom's food and the clothing and everything because they were caring for that mother, therefore caring for their child.
Yeah.
So it goes that way too.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well that's definitely an interesting one. I wish we had more time.